sorry.
Not a problem.
Maybe we put most of the equipment in the smallest room.
Yeah, right.
So this is our gateway controller. There's three components to it. We've got a power side. You can see the 120 voltage coming in to power it. This is our in-light side. So this goes out to touch almost every device in the building with Cat5 and with bridges that connect zones, and we'll go over all that. We've got a little Wi-Fi antenna here that I'm currently on. You don't have to plug into it, but if you want to, there's an Ethernet switch underneath here that you can plug in directly and get into the software, which is SensorView, is Acuity Controls' software. That's free online. We can put it on any laptop that you guys have. Now they're not planning on putting this on the network at all, right? It's just BMS integration.
Yeah, there's no reason why it couldn't be on the network, but it's not currently on the network, so that would be something that your IT people would have to, you know.
Like you were saying, if you wanted to get to it from your office. Yeah. Now here's our, and we can, I just wanted to show you guys this real quick before we go out so you can have your head wrapped around it a little bit. But we can come back to this after the end of the training. If anyone wants to stay and mess around with the software, I'd be happy to do that. But so this is our front end device. And you can see here on the left-hand side, we've got a tree of bridges. So this top device here is our gateway, our brain, and it goes out to hubs, basically, that will tie rooms together. And every one of these devices here shown underneath this gateway is a hub. So if we click on one of these hubs, they're 8-port hubs, so we can get with an in and an out, usually on most of them, getting back to the gateway or down to other bridges. We can usually get 6 ports on them, so most of them won't have more than 6 ports that you can look at. But if you open up the port, it'll show you what's on that port of the hub. So each hub port is going to be a room or an area or just one section of the building. So like on this port of this bridge, we've got room 218. The power packs are marked. You click on the device, they're all individually serial addressed, so there should be no confusion as to what you're looking at. They're labeled with the room number, so this is easy to tell. 218, we've got a power pack, and also if you would click on this other device here, here's the wall switch aux sensor that's in that room. And that's all that's controlling that room, is that wall switch aux sensor, just like this room. We've got a power pack up here,
Gotcha.
a wall switch aux sensor, and that power pack goes to a bridge that hubs everything together and brings it back to so we can see everything right from here. And some of the ports are a little more complicated. We've got a couple big zones I'll show you, but like this port right here, this whole port I've opened up, or this whole bridge I've opened up every port, and it's just a bunch of small offices. So if you were having a problem with an office, a librarian said, hey, my lights aren't coming on, you could say, what office are you in? You could come in here, type, she says 218. You type 218, it brings up that very power pack. You can look and take a look at it. You can override it from here, turn it on, tell her, well, maybe it is working, let's take a look at it. If you need to replace it, you can do that physically and then just copy programming from one device to another. And all this stuff we can walk you through over the phone. It's why we hand out cards, and Vision has us on the payroll to kind of help with this stuff. Not everybody knows exactly what we're looking at here, but we just wanted to give you guys an idea of what was out here. So if there was something that you needed to replace or fix or had a question about, you could give us a call and have a little idea what was going on.
All the power packs marked on the ceiling grid, where they're at?
On the ceiling grid, that still needs to be done, yes. It will be.
Cool. So let's go take a look at some of the areas. Now, like I said, a lot of these bridge ports or zones are just single rooms, offices. So every little office should have its own bridge port, but we also have some of these large areas out here, like some of the stack areas and upstairs there's a couple large areas. And most of those areas, opposed to a wall switch aux sensor or a single pulse switch, we've got these touch screens that you guys saw a minute ago.
Sure.
So we can put up to 16 channels or 16 power packs on one of those touch screens. So what we've done in most cases is just given you an individual slider for each zone, but really I think the occupancy sensors are going to pop those things on when there's people here, and if they, well let's take a look at them here. We've got, so this is kind of in between the single pulse switch and a touch screen. This is just a 4-pole switch here, so you can see as you hit each pole on or off, it'll take that section of lights down. So that's pretty simple. We don't usually have any problems with that. And the aux sensors in this area are gonna kick the lights on automatically. That's another distinction too I wanted to explain to y'all. In the Florida Building Code now won't allow us to just kick lights on automatically with sensors like we used to be used to doing. Small private offices, classrooms, stuff like that, we make, or Florida Building Code makes you hit a button to turn the lights on now when you walk in. The aux sensor is there to turn them off when nobody's in the space. So you'll notice a lot of these offices, and it's mostly just offices here, but you walk in, you have to hit the button to turn the lights on. Then that aux sensor will automatically turn the lights off when anybody leaves. Common areas, corridors, bathrooms, we can still have those lights come on automatically, or if it endangers the occupants. So you'll notice a lot of the other rooms, the mechanical rooms and stuff will have line voltage toggle switches. So those lights aren't going to kick off on you while you're working on something in there. But most of these big open areas, as you walk through them in the morning, come in first in the morning, they'll all kick on automatically, and then you'll have to hit the button for smaller rooms, private offices, stuff like that. So that's our 4-pole switch. We have another 3-way the same on the other side for this area, and a single pole button or single pole switch for the linear light over there. But they will all turn on together with the occupancy sensor.
One extra
yeah.
point of clarification on that is that if you do turn them off with the switch, you will have to turn them back on with the switch. So that, even if it's an area that automatically comes on when you walk into it, if we turn this zone off, the system's assuming that you want this off. So even if we leave and come back later, that won't come back on automatically until you turn it back on with the switch. If it goes off automatically, it will then come back on automatically.
So the idea is you really shouldn't have to hit the button ever. Yeah, to turn the lights off, that is. As you leave, just leave. The sensors will turn everything off. And as we said a minute ago, everything in the building right now is on sensor control. Let's head back into the area that we started in and take a look at one of those touch screens. Right